boat's missing from its mooring over there. It's not on the mooring right now, and hard to believe it, but although the weather is fine right now, not too bad, there's nearly 50 people dead, 50 tourists. I half expected to see bodies washed up on this beach after the storm that was here a couple days ago. My boat was hard to say. It's hard to explain it.
หลังจากที่พายุในวันพฤหัสที่ผ่านมาค่ะเกิดพายุหนักมากลมพัดแรงมากฝนตกหนักมากจนทำให้เกิดอุบัติเหตุบนท้องถนนนะคะรถล้มค่ะแล้วก็มีอุบัติเหตุตรงเท้าข้อเท้าเจ็บเท้ามากค่ะตอนนี้แล้วก็เจ็บตรงแขนเพราะว่าเรายังฝั่งซ้ายลงค่ะที่เกิดอุบัติเหตุเพราะว่าเรารีบค่ะจริงๆแล้วเราก็อยากอยู่ในพื้นที่ที่ปลอดภัยแล้วก็แต่ว่าวันนั้นเนื่องจากเหตุการณ์ที่เรากังวลเกี่ยวกับเรือเราก็เลยรีบจะมาดูเรือเราค่ะกลัวเรือจะมีปัญหาเพราะว่าวันนั้นคลื่นแรงมากลมแรงมากตอนนี้บิวก็เลยรีบมากเลยค่ะมาถึงบ้านแล้วบิวก็รีบเอาเรือคายัคเพื่อที่จะไปเอาเรือใหญ่เรือยอชต์ของเราค่ะแล้วก็ย้ายไปอยู่อ่าวยนเพราะว่าเราไม่สามารถที่จะจอดรถแถวบ้านเราได้เพราะว่าคลื่นแรงมากคลื่นใหญ่มาก
You know, the thing is about you watch all these sailing videos, and you'll see the pictures of the terrible storms that people were in and stuff, but the thing is the worst ones you can't really get on film because you're just too busy dealing with stuff to try to film it at that time. I don't know how the waves were so steep. There isn't much fetch. You can see it's just from the other side of Al Shalong over there. That's where they pulled the bodies up at Al Shalong, all the Chinese tourists, and they're still bringing in bodies. From here to Al Shalong is not too far. It's only a couple of kilometers, and so it's not much fetch. But we had like 2-meter waves right on the shore right here, very, very steep. So I paddled out to my boat to move it, and it was very, very stressful. The kayak that I was paddling out to, it sank. Fortunately, I was able to get it tied to the side of the boat before it sank, and then I used the line, the painter from the kayak, and tied some loops in it, so I was able to climb up on the side of the boat while it was bouncing up and down. It was a little bit complicated moving the boat because I was trying to pull a sunk kayak behind it without trying to get it, without it getting caught into the propeller and the rudder. It was a little bit tricky because I had to release the mooring line, and the boat was going to move backwards on top of the sunken kayak and the painter, so it was really, really messy. And as you can see, I'm not that far from shore. I'm probably only 50 or 100 meters from shore. And when I went up on the bow pulpit, when I went up on the bow to release the mooring line, the anchor was going down in the water. In fact, the bow pulpit was not the pulpit, but the bowsprit on the front was going down into the water, and even the roller furler on the jib was going down into the water. That's how far it is. And island packets have pretty high freeboard. It's probably a meter and a half up off the water. So it was going down, and then on the backside you could see the rudder just coming up out of the water. If you look at the 3 boats, you'll see a blue dive boat and some sailboats over there next to it. Those 3 sailboats together. One of those is mine. I pulled it over after I was able to get it free from its mooring over there in Phuket. It was really difficult because I was pulling my kayak underwater like a submarine. There was tons and tons of load on the back of the boat, and I was fighting into the waves, and very, very strong wind. It's very difficult. The main painter to the kayak broke, and that was another drama in itself, just trying to figure out how to tie another line to it. Over there, around that point over there, There were looked like blue and red Christmas lights on the beach. There were so many police lights. I didn't realize it was. At first, I thought it was police lights, but I couldn't tell because there were just so many of them. It didn't make sense. I had no idea why there'd be so many police cars out there on the point. I mean, it must have been more than 50 cars. And I don't even think they have 50 police cars in Phuket. I was really confused. Anyway, out on that point is where all the lights were. When I was pulling it in, the main painter broke, and I had to tie a line around this hole right here. So yeah, so I was pulling the kayak was totally submerged under the water, and it was, you know, I was worried it was going to get caught in the prop as I was getting washed backwards, and you know, I would have loved to have the whole thing on film just so you can see how hectic it is trying to keep a boat moored somewhere safely. You know, if you have a ton of money, you can put it in a nice marina and it's tied up, and you can run the air conditioning with the electric and everything. That's great, but if you're on a budget, it doesn't work out that way. So, you know, it's a little bit of drama trying to keep a boat. Anyway, the boat is anchored out here now. I'll bring it back over to the other mooring. I'm not exactly sure when. I want to keep watching the weather and see how things are and make sure we don't have another storm like that coming up again in the next couple of days. They're talking about bad weather till Tuesday. As you see, it looks fine right now. And that's, you know, that's what some of the captains on the boat are going to claim when they went out with their tourists before they all died, that everything looked fine. But with this kind of weather, when the clouds are coming this quickly from the west, a monsoon can be on you in minutes, and you know, you can be in a lot of trouble.